If this bird would shut the f up. What's going on, you guys? Hopefully the wind is not too wild with the mic here. I think today is going to be another Civic video because I still don't have all the main parts for my CRX, and man, we are getting close to our leave date and I am slacking. Now, in the last video, I saw a couple comments that were saying this is an EJ2 not an EJ1, and I am aware it doesn't have a sunroof and it's a DX model. In Wednesday's video, I did mention in the description that I use the EJ1 title because that's what YouTube likes and that's what the search function picks up more on, and not the EJ2. And that's why EJ1's in the title and not EJ2. But today I did get 2 of the 4 packages, so let's quickly open that and show you what I picked up. It's obvious that we are building a boosted car, and you guys should be familiar with this box right here, and this is my intercooler. Now, I see a lot of YouTubers use razor blades without a handle or, you know, an actual box cutter itself. I don't have my box cutter on me, but I am using a razor blade that I put a handle on for my safety's sake. Now, I went with a medium-sized intercooler. There's one that's smaller than this, that's about 6 inches. This is 8 by 24, I believe, because I'm going to be doing dual backdoor, which I'm going to be turning these inlets behind the radiator instead of typically going around the you know, frame rail. And this right here is actually perfect for the B20 build because this sits behind the bumper and pretty much fills up the whole grill. When I do put the bigger motor in, this sucker right here, I have plenty of other intercoolers to choose from, or I'll just buy another one, but I have this giant one up here that I can cut and use the core and make my own you know, dual backdoor end tanks. This I'm probably going to be using on the EJ1 Coupe because it fits behind the bumper and it's already a dual backdoor. Now, this big old box right here is one of several that came from the same company that I bought. Oh, this is the Vibrant J piping. This is 2.5 because the exhaust on the car is 2.5. And I'm going to be building a 2.5 downpipe, which is kind of like that one right there, except that one is for that turbo. This is going to be for the Garrett GT28 turbo I have down here. Baby outlet, 2.5. So I guess this is all that's in this box. And the other 2 packages that are coming in, one are the couplers that I'm going to need as far as making my charge pipe system goes, because I do have a bunch in my drawer, but I don't have a 90 and I don't have a 2.5 to a 2, so I ordered those 2, which is 1 packet. The other package is pretty much all of the flanges I need for the downpipe, the wastegate, and the tubings that I need to make a log manifold. Oh, and there's another package. The other one is from PRL Motorsports. It's the head flange and the T3 turbo flange. So those are the main packages that are supposed to be delivered tomorrow, which is the 7th, and then we'll have everything we need to fab up my turbo kit. Here's another update on the transmission from last night. I decided to just scrub it up and clean it, and it's looking really clean. I was taking off the passenger side harness, and I had to take this harness out to bring this back, and I noticed that yeah, the corner light is right here. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Now I don't have to go find me a corner light, but I might, because I really don't know like what I'm really doing today. I'm really just hoping my packages come in so I could start back up on that car. But if it doesn't come in, because the tracking says tomorrow, 1 more should be coming today. But you know how that goes with FedEx and other shipping companies. They lie sometimes. So after I clean all of this, after removing all the crap I don't need, I may possibly show you guys how to do a wire tuck. How about it? Just in case I end up doing the wire tuck, I pretty much pull the headlight harness on left and right side back. It was just held by, you know, these little plastic clips right here, which I popped off with, you know, a needle nose, and this all ran along the side. Pulled it all the way back, and now it's just sitting in this corner, the driver's side. I think the EGs are fairly simple. Same applies to the EK and DCs. less complicated than the EF. If you guys watch Honda vlogs or the video I did with Honda vlogs, we tucked his Del Sol. I used this little grommet hole right here, and all I did for the driver's side was depin each of these plugs one at a time, feed them through, and then reconnect them back into the plug, and then route it along the rail for the driver's side. The passenger side has some much bigger plugs, so underneath on his car, I drilled a hole right here a little bit bigger to kind of feed all of this through without depinning anything, and that's okay. And we did it that way because the hole is covered by the fuse box, so you don't really see it, and I'm probably going to do it the same way. But I got the cowl off, the fuel filter, the charcoal canister, because in Texas we don't need that. I got some miscellaneous brackets removed over there, the AC line, the dryer, and now I'm going to take off the headlights so I can kind of, you know, get underneath all of this. Remove the headlights, and then we'll get started on cleaning the engine bay. Give you guys a quick little midway update. Got the hood scrubbed down, got the engine bay scrubbed, got the cowl scrubbed, under the bumper, headlights. Still got to do the headlights too, so I can wash that all at once. I used pedal power and I ran out of that, so I just opt for car soap, and the engine bay is looking really good, but because of the age, it's probably going to be like a satin black. But I did mention that I want to clear like the visible area, like maybe the top of the firewall, the towers right here, the frame rail, the front radiator support, kind of scuff it a little bit and just kind of, you know, put a little clear on top of it just to get it shiny. But I'm not going for prettiness. As long as it looks, you know, good, I'll be happy. As I was drying the engine bay, I noticed that seam sealer right there. I know this car had have gotten to some sort of accident, because all of this right here, all the way has been removed and rewelded, and you can kind of see the wrinkle up here a little bit. The body shop I picked this up from, they do automotive repair. You know, they do paint jobs, collision, frame pulling, all of that. They've done my sister car when she got in front and wrecked, got everything straightened out. So I don't doubt the work, I just noticed it. So now I found this brand new can of Rust-Oleum 2X Ultra Cover Gloss Clear, and I just did a quick hit on the frame rail. That's only one light coat, and you can already see the reflection. Like, what the hell? So save the expensive clear, save the gloss black, and use this one to clear the towers in the firewall and the radiator support. I want to say something really quickly. I don't normally half-ass anything when working on my car or customer's car. I always try to do things the right way and try to do things correctly. And then there's a lazy side of me when I'm working on my own cars. I call it quality Mickey Mouse, which is sometimes when I don't have the right stuff, I make shit happen with what I have, and it works. But I don't ever try to half-ass. Now, I'm gonna admit today, I felt like what I just did is half-assed, but I can't be mad because it looks really damn good. Look at that, guys. No paint reaction whatsoever. I did have the microfiber towel on my shoulder, wiping all the little dust particles, you know, as much as I can. But I literally just cleared right over it. Pretty much drowned the dirt and the satin part of the, you know, the paint, and made it super shiny. This is one coat. I just skimmed over it, and holy big difference. Look at that. Are you serious? That's the game plan. I'm going to be using the 2X clear from Rust-Oleum and just bomb pretty much the areas that I spoke about. Top firewall here, all of that. As far as today goes, I am kind of done. I kind of went ham with the paint and cleared pretty much everything. Even the booster, like over the rust and all. But you know what? It looks really good. And hopefully when the engine's in place, contrast the color a little bit here in the bay. Hopefully I think it looks as good as I think it's gonna look. Just got a package in the mail. This is the other part from acerace.com when I ordered the J piping right there in that giant box. This should have all of my flanges and pieces that I need for my turbo. So right here I bought a straight schedule 10 304 stainless steel, and then we have two long 90s, And then we have 2 T's for the log. These are already kind of beveled into place, right? This is the discharge flange for the downpipe. This right here, what is this? Oh, this is a flex pipe that I bought. They had a deal going on with this, had a discount. This right here is just packaging paper, and this right here is for the 44mm wastegate. And also in this package right here is my inlet and outlet flange for the 44mm wastegate. I'm waiting for one more package from PRL, which has the head flange and the T3 turbo flange, and then we can make this manifold. But right now I'm gonna hit up Kel, tell him I got some T's, and see if we can come up with a manifold with what I currently have right here. You guys want to see some throwback? Hey, bully. You guys want to know a funny story? When she first came around, the 4 cats on the other side used to chase her around. And now that she's bigger, she chases them back. Yeah, you scared, homie. You scared. I see you. I see you. That's Mitten's kid right there. Polydactyl. 6 toes. I'm telling you guys, I have a ton of stuff just lying around the garage, and a lot of stuff for the GSR. So right here I have my old Lightning Motorsports ARP head stud. These are silver, and this came out of my LSV Tech after 2 head gasket replacement use. But I think this is more than enough for you know, 300 horsepower GSR. Still in great condition, been wrapped up for a couple of years, and now we have a reason to use them. I believe this is a Cometic head gasket, but it is a GSR head gasket, and it's already been copper sprayed. It's just been sitting on the wall, so practically brand new. I'm going to be changing that out with this guy. Then I went to O'Reilly's, got me a rear main seal kit, got a water pump, timing belt, and tensioner. So all that I'm probably going to be doing later tonight on the GSR after I clean the engine. And then I just got my last 2 package from the mail. I don't even remember what I ordered, but I have this right here. It is a 2.5 to a 2-inch, which is the inlet of the GT28, I believe. That's the 90 that's going to be going from the turbo, and then the charge pipe is going to be going that way. And then I got 290 degree. I'm still debating if I want to do you know, dual backcore aluminum on the end tanks of the intercooler, or just stick 90 degree cups on it and then just go straight back to the charge pipe and to the turbo. This last package right here is from PRL Motorsports, and they sell really good flanges, high quality, not no cheap fake quality shit from eBay that bends before it even gets to you. But so this is the head flange that I need to make my log manifold, and this is the last piece that Kel needs because I have everything else came in yesterday. So originally I bought all of this stuff to make a log manifold for myself or for carry later down the road. I bought it just to have material, and I told Kel that I still want a log manifold from him, you know, maybe the first KB you know, manifold slash turbo kit. But when I texted him yesterday, he told me he needed the T's, he needed the flange. This is a T3 log style flange, which has a little curvature on it. And I was like, what do you know? That's what I ordered. We were chopping it up last night, and I was like, yo, it'd be cool to have a first Kelly built turbo kit. You know, he does a lot of charge piping, a lot of downpipe, dump tubes, all that stuff separately. But I don't think he's ever built a full turbo kit, manifold and all. And then he was like, well, how about a static slash Kelly built collaboration turbo kit? I was like, you know what? I'm down for that. So I'm probably gonna hit him up in a little bit and see what he wants to do now that I have everything on hand. I at least want to get started on the wire tuck so I can get the wires out of, you know, just bundled up in the corner over there, and get them ran through the fenders. But the fenders are aftermarket, as well as the hood. Bumper's OEM, and it lines up very nicely. Knowing me, if I took it all apart, probably gonna mess up all the gaps, but I gotta do it regardless. So I'm gonna start removing the fenders and doing the wire tuck. All right guys, so my buddy SI just took off. He came by to drop off some wagon axles right here, some spare ones he had lying around that needed some new boots, but he also provided the boot as well too. Now we have axles for the wagon. I've already taken off the driver's side fender right here. This harness right here was taped to the harness that goes inside of the car, and all I did was, you know, cut that tape off to separate the two, because it was folded like so. And now I could run pretty much this section right here through the hole on the firewall. Where is it at? Right there. It had a little grommet, right? If you guys don't want to do the deep pitting process, you can cut the hole bigger. If you guys remember Zosh's video on his Integra, he cut a square in there, I guess, and fed everything through without deep pinning. But how I'm gonna do it is, I'm just gonna deep pin it. It's not a big deal. Run that through that hole, out this hole, along the side. And the beautiful part about these chassis is that it's super long, so I really don't have to extend anything. I'm gonna go ahead and just deep pin these one at a time, starting at the longest part of the harness, which is, you know, these guys up in the top, and then get that all fed through, route it. This right here is gonna be tucked down here a little bit. I'm not going for the most tucked engine bay, so this sitting in the corner is okay with me. On Christian's car, Honda Vlog, I extended these guys right here a little bit longer so we can tuck this guy way down there. I'm not doing it with this car, keeping it simple, so this is gonna sit right there like so. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, I cheated myself. I took a hole saw, the smallest one that I had. This is 38 millimeters, it says. You can't really focus. Give it a background, it'll focus. Oh, it works. So yeah, this is 38 millimeters. I drilled the outside a little bit bigger using that guy, and then this one went through to the other side and gave a 38 millimeter hole where all of the plugs for the driver's side went through without deep pinning. Now again, if you guys don't want a giant hole on that side, you would technically deep pin it or pull it all the way through and make it come out of this hole right here. I would call this a quick job because it literally was like maybe less than 10 minutes. Drill out the hole and run this all the way through. Headlights in place. This is for the corner lamp. No windshield wiper reservoir. What else? Grounded, and that's pretty much it. So now I'm gonna align the headlight to the bumper, get the headlight kind of in place, and then throw the fender back on, put all these little clips back on, that one down there, doors, align it with the hood, corner lamp, and then we can start disassembling the other side. And that side should be just as fast because I did plan to make a hole anyways, because the fuse box is going to be covering it. Got the fender bolted in there loosely. All of the bolts, 3 on top, 2 in the door, 1 on the bottom near the side skirt. And I don't have the one in the front because that's not my worries. My worries is right here and right there. So I have this panel gauge that I used when I was working at Tesla. It has 2 gauges. This right here is for panel gap, and this side right here is for panel flushness. Pretty much like, you know, like that, right? To know how far the panel is sticking out past the other one, and you adjust accordingly. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go and gap the other side, because on both sides the fenders were gapped really nicely, but because I've taken this side out, now I got to gap it to somewhat match the other end, or you know, to my specifications. So right now it's on like 3.5, and on this side it's barely on 1. So I would pull the fender out and gap it accordingly, and then once I get my, you know, desired area, right now it's on 3, then we bolt it in place. So I'm going to start from the back of the door because I want to make sure the door doesn't open and fold in the fender. And then once that is good, bolt it down. We'll do the top part right here, and then we'll bolt that down, headlight, corner lamp, and we'll move on to that side. We lost a lot of daylight, had Billy come over. He lives 2 hours away and we were just chilling and chopping it up. But I got the passenger side routed through the frame rail. Now the reason why I'm running it on the outside of the rails itself, like you can literally just shove it through this hole from the inside, right? All the way through. But the reason why I'm doing it this way is because if I have any type of shortages or, you know, something's not working, it's easily accessible with it being exposed on the outside than inside the frame rail. So that's the reason why I did it this way. Now on the passenger side, it's not like the driver where everything goes into their home location. So right here, we have the headlights, which is ultra short, which needs to come over here. Need to extend this about 1 foot. The ground box, clean. The frame rail, really nice to bare metal. You can put a 10 mil with a nut through it, or you can just put a self-tapping screw really slowly so it's snugged. I think that's what I'm gonna do. And then the corner lamp is about, I would say like maybe 1/2 foot, 6 inches short. I'm gonna have to extend that guy as well too. And then the fan is like maybe 1.5 feet short as well, so I gotta extend this. The horn is short. You got 2 choices with this guy. If you do have a horn, you can relocate it, maybe like on the side or something, so you don't have to extend it, or extend this to wherever the stock horn location is at. In my case, I don't have a horn. Aside from that, I'm gonna knock it out really quickly. My hands are getting really cold. I don't have my propane heater because I ain't got no propane. I'm almost done here on the passenger side. I just noticed that this tab on the headlight is broken, so I can't even bolt the corner lamp in place. The 10 mil slot on the bottom is also broken, so I can't bolt that guy into place. But at least have 2 here and then 1 right there in the middle. Now the last one I gotta do is the fan. Where you at? Right here. But I gotta figure out where the fan sits in the engine bay. Now this car didn't come with a radiator, but me being me, I hoard a lot of things, and I'm gonna go to my secret stash right now and snag myself a radiator. Oh yeah. Alright guys, we are done with the passenger side. Everything is extended, everything is put back on except the bumper. It's just loosely sitting here because, you know, I'm going to be modifying the bumper and core support for the intercooler when time comes. All I got to do left before the engine goes in is clean up that bracket, paint it up. I got to cut the feed for the fuel line, and I'm going to convert that to a -6 because my fuel rail is for a -6. And if I plan to run E85, I plan to run the stainless steel filter right here, and that's pretty much the fuel rail I'm going to be using on the Block's intake manifold. I'm hoping to go full force with the CRX tomorrow and get all the turbo stuff made and installed into the car, or, you know, maybe a span of 2 days. That'll be one video. But once I get the majority of everything for that car done, or at least in the car, I want to at least get the engine in here so we can get it out of the garage. I am gonna do the head gasket, the head studs, water pump, timing belt tensioner, rear main seals. Once that rear main seal goes on, we can put the clutch, the flywheel, and then we can mate it with the transmission. But first, we still have to clean the engine. And then I'm going to go through the harness a little bit, kind of figure out what needs to be fixed, or, you know, whatever's open, exposed, you know, clean it up, and then make my sub harness, because the one that's on here is kind of chopped up when I removed it from the EG. And then we can get this hooked up to the engine before we put the engine in the car, so we don't have to worry about trying to snake through the intake manifold, because my arms are pretty damn big. So that's a few things for you guys to look forward to in the next couple of uploads. I am trying to, you know, button up the CRX because we are getting closer and closer to my leave date. I kind of came up with a budget H22 shirt design. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below as far as the design itself goes. It's just a picture of the car doing a burnout before making the 10.7 pass. Underneath that is going to be the time and the miles an hour, the fastest that the CRX has went before it left my possession. And then for the backside, I'm not 100% sure just yet, but I kind of want to put the built to drive, why build it if you can't drive it logo. Or let me know what you guys think I should put on the backside, maybe a small B2D and leave the rest blank. Or maybe do like a credit for everybody that has put hands on the car, Miller Built, Red Zone, or maybe a list of parts that was in the car when it went 10s, or even just blast the whole back budget H22, or maybe just my YouTube channel. So let me know what you guys think of those ideas. Throw some of your own ideas in the comments below. That is gonna be it for tonight, guys. I'm excited for the H22 shirts because it was definitely a fun build. You guys supported throughout the whole build process of it, and you guys were there with me in spirit when it went 10s. It was such a fun build, but I do miss it. I do want to remember it, but we're building a coupe now. So if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button. And if you guys want to stick around for the turbo kit build on the all-wheel drive CRX, hit the subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.